How's it going, New World? Sethphir here, and once again we are coming back to you with another community spotlight. The first one seemed quite popular, but I did get a lot of questions about what about the NA West guilds, the Marauder guilds, and the EU guilds and companies. And yes, you're definitely right. We need to get to those, and we will do exactly that today. So we want to show some love to our EU side of the player base for sure, and definitely the West Coasters and anybody looking to go Marauders. So with that said, we'll go ahead and jump in. We're going to break it into two parts. The first part is going to be NA guilds. The second part will be EU guilds and companies, and we're going to go ahead and have timestamps for that, so you should be able to just skip to whatever is relevant to you if you wish. But I would encourage you to check them all out, as it may give you an idea of what you might be looking for in a company. So with that said, we'll go ahead and hop into the first NA company that I wanted to take a look at here, which will be Versatile, which is run by Dynasty, Kraze, and Johnson. And they definitely are some good war strategy guys. They were actually featured a little bit in my last video of the war commentary that we took a look at. These are the people who were in charge of running the war strats for that run in the war. So they definitely have experience. They know how to win a war. They know how to kind of theory craft and figure out these ideas and strategies. So I think this is a great guild for anybody looking to get into a lot of territory wars. They do PvP, PvE, crafting, and all that stuff. So they're just kind of like highly active and competitive. They will be on the Klomm server running as Covenant. So if that is an option for you, if that's something that you want, go ahead and go for that. They're also, in the previous guild we mentioned, Damage, who is the sister guild of this guild, so this would be the main guild, Versatile. So you can definitely count on them to have some good allies and good like server politics and functionality working out there. So definitely highly recommend, go check these guys out, they're a blast, and see if that is the right fit for you. Jumping into the next one, this time is going to be a Syndicate guild from the NA East. This is going to be Godspeed. This is the guild name. It's run by Chase. Chase reached out to me a while back and was talking about, PvP and things like that, and they seem really excited to get set into some competitive PvP. They have a lot of top PvPers within their group, and that's kind of their aim. The other selling point of them is that everyone in Godspeed isn't equal. There's no ranks, so that's a really good... if you kind of want that like fair mentality, you're not a big fan of the structure or leadership, like this is probably a good thing for you to go for. They also plan to kind of do some mercenary activities, which I thought was a cool idea. I always thought about what if we just had a guild pay us to defend their territory? That would be interesting. So I'm not sure if that's what they had in mind with that, but it definitely is like what I would think of when I would say mercenary. So they might be doing some like PvP for hire activities, which kind of sounds awesome, to be honest. So definitely check them out. They're Syndicate. They're going to be on NA East. Their server is going to be Xanadu. Xanadu? Oh, that one's hard to say. Xanadu. That's the one. So go ahead and check that one out if that is something right up your alley. We'll go ahead and go into another guild here. This guild is going to be called Hex. The contact point for that was Killton. I spoke with him on Discord, and actually he used to play on a classic WoW server that I played on. And it was really funny. We made the connection this morning. We were like, oh yeah, that's right, you're part of that. So it was good to see that. He definitely is a very good PvPer, I believe, in Classic WoW. He hit rank 14, so he did all that massive grind, and if you know anything about that, that's quite an achievement. So these guys are definitely really strong. They're going to be on NA West. Their server is to be determined. As with most guilds, they're kind of waiting to pick where they're going to go. They will be Marauders. So yes, it's an actual Marauder guild, finally. So everyone can hopefully check that out. I will put the Discord link in the description below, but they definitely seem to be striving as a PvP guild. They got a lot of high-skilled players and players with notable achievements, so that's definitely a good spot to go if you're part of that, sweaty meta crowd, maybe so to say. They're also relaxed as well and got a nice community going on, so be sure to go ahead and take a look into that one. The last NA guild, or company, man, I keep saying guilds, but I'll eventually get it right. Company is going to be Highlanders, and my point of contact for this was Maverick. We spoke a little bit on Discord. This definitely seems like a casual and hardcore friendly guild, so it's got a mix of both. So maybe you want to try hard a little bit, but maybe you don't so much sometimes. This might be a good spot for you. It seems like a little, tight knit community. They definitely are doing PvP, PvX, so PvE, all those types of things. So that's going to be Marauder Guild as well. They're going to be on NA West, and they're going to be on the Hyperborea server. Hyperborea. Yeah, that's a hard one to say too, man. All these servers, these crazy names. Can't they just have something that you can pronounce easy? And that would definitely be nice to see. All right, so that's it for the NA guilds or companies. We'll go ahead and jump into the EU side of things here. And the first EU company that I wanted to shout out was Demise. They seem to be a group of hardcore PvPers and PvEers. They're aiming for server first, world first, that type of thing. Definitely got some experience to back it up. A lot of their people are, very big alpha players, beta players, things like that. So they've hit 60. They've had this experience. They've seen a lot of that stuff there. They're definitely into competitive PvP, and I'm sure we'll be seeing some really good things coming out from them. My point of contact for that was Kalorgath, yeah. And, we spoke a little bit. We had some mutual friends as well, so he seemed like a cool dude, a bunch of people in there. They got a nice group of people and some socials and things like that, so it's got a good mix of everything going on, but still maintaining that competitive edge. This is on the EU region. Their server and faction are both undecided at the moment, and again, this is common. A lot of these companies want to kind of wait a little bit and feel things out to where they can see where the most competition is and like how the server dynamics are looking. So if you're interested in that, we will definitely put the link below, so make sure to check that one out. The next EU guild that we have is called Leviathan. They are Marauders as well, and they will be on the EU server. The server they will be on is Aseria. So that would be a nice one to check out. I had a great experience with them. I joined their Discord, and immediately they were like friendly and chatty. So it was nice to see that kind of community really coming to life there. They definitely have hardcore players as well. They started in the beta and like towards the end of the closed beta, and they had like 40 hardcore players in there. So they were trying to like do PvP, PvE, like take over forts and things like that. And they got some good organized war strategy and comms and things of that nature. So that definitely would be a pretty good atmosphere to go in if you're looking to compete in some of these war adventures and things of that nature. It would definitely be a good idea to go with this one, and just not to mention that just that friendly environment really speaks to me. So definitely keep an eye out for them. My contact for that was Tomas, so definitely a shout out to him. And it looks like a great company to be in, so definitely would highly recommend. The next one would be Placeholder, which is run by Julius. This one is going to have a server to be determined as well. Again, you see the theme here. The faction they did pick was Syndicate, so this is going to be a Syndicate one on the EU server. So they definitely have a like kind of close-knit company thing going on, friendly environment. It definitely things, branching out into like PvP, PvE, a little bit of everything, like exploring everything. So, maybe this is a bit more like laid back approach. They definitely have some hardcore pushes and advances for that, but the vibe I was getting was, just like really selling that like close-knit community thing. So if that's something for you, definitely check them out, as that would be a very good option for a Syndicate EU guild. The last one that we were going to cover was Valkyries, which is a PvE and PvP company. My point of contact for that was AiraKokosuki. They both reached out to me and were kind of adamant about getting up their, their guild and stuff like that in their company. So I checked into it a little bit. It is a 16 plus guild, so if the age limit thing there, so you can see some maturity in that. They have a lot of experience in like raids and wars and PvP stuff, so they want to do in-game content and dungeons and things of that sense. So that's definitely a nice place to check out. They are on the GMT time zone. They're also playing on that EU server, like we mentioned, and they will be Marauders. So that will be another Marauder guild to point out. I actually noticed I didn't see very many Covenant guilds on EU. I'll have to get some of those in the next video. So if you are a Covenant EU guild or company, please feel free to reach out in the comments below, and we'll try to get some of those in. It seems like everybody's always got one section that's missing from some of these regions. So that's definitely interesting to see, at least. But that will be it for the company shoutouts for today. We are getting closer to the open beta, so I did want to add a small tidbit. For my personal company, we will be playing on Atlantis as Marauders just for the open beta. We will most likely switch that up entirely for the server launch. So if you wanted to just kind of see where we were going and things we're doing, feel free to check us out there. So if anybody's interested in playing with that. Thanks everybody for watching the video, and I hope you appreciate these little community spotlights. I did want to get into like maybe looking at art things and kind of shout out some artists and just general like community events or something like that in the future. So if you have any ideas for that, or you know anybody that kind of does that sort of thing, it would be cool to get into contact. Just kind of comment below, and I check all these comments, so I will definitely see it. And we will be looking at that to try to get some of these different type of community spotlights going rather than just guild recruitments. And I think that would be nice to see in the future. Well, thanks for your time. Appreciate you watching. And if you liked or enjoyed the video, hit the little subscribe thing, the bell, the like, all that good stuff. And we will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.